cTalkTV. Today we have John,
Sienna,
Tanika,
Jimmy.
How you guys doing?
I'm
Good.
Chilling.
Good. Real quick, just want to thank all our sponsors for their love and support. Just in case y'all didn't know, our sponsors include Jaya Photography, Sheka Nights, aka SKE. Jimmy over there is one of the reps of SKE Entertainment, and also House of Patella Creations and Laura Lee's Creations. Want to thank y'all for all your love and support and for helping us put this production together. I also want to thank you guys at home for all your interaction with us. I want to thank y'all for sharing your thoughts and coming up here to vocalize your opinions with the topics that we come up with or come across. cTalk just wants y'all to know that we feel like it's important in life that we're able to add value in some way, shape, or form, and that's what this platform is about. Bringing people up here to add value to the topics, the conversations, and then to build, realize that we all think differently. Sometimes we think the same, and it's okay for us to have different ideals at the end of the day, right? Yeah. So big ups to y'all for being a part of this. Also, if you'd like to chat with us during the live stream, just hit the chat button on the YouTube channel. And you'll be able to interact with us. If you don't see it, it's probably because you're watching it through Instagram. So just go ahead and hop onto the YouTube app so you can interact with us on the chat. For those that are in the chat, just give us a signal to let us know the sound quality is good. Just like a quick thumbs up would be good. And then on that note, if you're interested in joining us and being up here, there should be a link in the description. If there's not, just go to cTalkTV.com/cast, that's CAST. Fill out the application on there, and we'll get it. We'll reach out to you, and if the date works for you, we'll be more than happy to have y'all up here. Now, how's everybody's week?
Eventful.
Good. Eventful. Good. That's good. Any highlights? Anything?
Work.
Just work. Most people still working from home.
I'm back at
work.
Are you back at work? Same with y'all. Y'all don't seem happy about it.
I mean, everybody else at home. It's like three of us
I'm
at
not gonna
home.
lie, I miss quarantine.
You miss quarantine?
Yeah, man. I miss it.
What did quarantine do for you? Like, what did you do to entertain yourself?
I read actually a
That's
lot.
good.
I meditated. I actually focused on trying to maintain health during the quarantine. Keeping mind sharp, eating healthy. I exercise a lot too. So.
Yeah, that's very important during quarantine when we have all this crazy stuff going on. Eating healthy, keeping your immune system up is real important. So that's what's up. You do anything interesting? No.
No.
We went to school too.
Yeah.
We had school.
Oh, you had school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, like we did online.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Zoom. Yay.
Yeah, yay Zoom. I'm so sick of Zoom.
What you been doing, Jimmy? What you been doing during quarantine?
Man, just me eating, sleeping.
Yeah.
Extracurricular activities.
Extracurricular activities.
You been eating good or eating healthy?
I've been just eating. 1 day good, 3 days bad, 2 days good. Just on and off, man. It's hard. I have time.
You have to have discipline.
I mean, yeah, but it's like you have excess time. Like I haven't sometimes I've been going out the house in 5 days straight because I work from home, so it's like I flip and sign in.
And you walked out and you was like a vampire. Oh my God, there's light.
Man, who would have thought we'd be going through these kind of days?
Right. And then for this long,
I like staying at home, but damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do y'all feel confident about everybody opening back up?
Hell
Absolutely
nah.
not.
Hell nah.
Absolutely not.
Man, we're about to set ourselves up. Let's put it that way, because we're not listening. Some people are finally decided that it's over in their own head and decided that let's go out.
I mean, when they start opening stuff back up, like, of course,
Setup,
people are
that's the
gonna
setup.
think, oh, it's over. Like,
That's the setup.
everything is opening.
Right.
So,
But I mean, if we're taking care of ourselves at the end of the day, keep
Yeah.
your immune system up is the main thing. Like,
Yes.
try to eat healthy. You know, they say it doesn't affect people that are like
healthy.
healthy. That's what they say. I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
just
we don't
making
they say a lot of
assumptions,
things
but-
right now, man. They're saying left, right, up, down. We don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's true
Just-
and what's not.
Yeah.
Stay home, stay safe. You know, hand sanitizer, everything. You know, mask, everything.
Yeah. We had hand sanitizer. Oh, it's right there. I was like, where did hand sanitizer go? It's back there. If somebody needs it, we got some sanitizer right here too.
Yeah.
Right. It's cleaning our insides.
We're doing a lot of sanitizer. A lot.
All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and jump into the first topic. It looks like we have, okay, sound is good, so I appreciate that, y'all. First topic today is if another man or male friend offers or decides to buy a gift for my wife or girlfriend, and it's something I financially cannot afford to buy for her, she has to reject it. So,
I personally think that is absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, like, what do you mean she has to?
Is there a backstory to this? Because
Like, yeah, thank you.
I mean, so
hypothetically,
I kind of felt like she has to reject it. Until prior to the show, I heard what Jimmy said and I listened and I was like, okay.
No, that's
well,
the mind.
what did Jimmy say?
And I just,
So what I was saying was like, no matter what decision we make, so far we're on the same page, I can do whatever. She can take it, she can reject it. So for the example I gave him was, you know, if you accept the gift, if I tell you to reject the gift, then you go ahead behind my back and take the gift, we're already fucked up at that point.
Yeah.
Right? If I tell you to accept the gift, right, if we're not on the same page, then you might think I'm telling you to accept it for the wrong reasons, i.e. he's trying to sell his girlfriend. This nigga trying to, because as a guy, if you're giving another girl a gift, knowing that she's in a relationship, you're giving her a gift, come on, we know what's up. Hey, there's no, unless you guys are like friends from way back, there's no, I'm just gonna give this random girl a gift that I know her boyfriend can't afford. What can a boyfriend afford? How do you know what he can afford? You know, there's a lot of more questions that you're just bringing up. So if we're on the same page and he wants to like buy you, for instance, a car, or he's trying to buy you a Jeep. Oh, he's trying to buy you a car? Girl, you know what's up? Okay, what do you want me to do, babe? You want me to accept this gift?
Okay,
Or
so
do you want me to reject it and cut this guy off from my life? You know, so before we're on the same page, I feel like whatever we do, we're good.
So as a woman, I feel like, well, in relationships, period, I feel like there should be boundaries. And someone that's a friend that's giving you a super expensive gift, I think that's crossing the line when it comes to your relationship.
Don't skip that down.
It's just like, why would I accept this, like knowing that my man can't afford this? It's just like a slap in his face when he has to look at that every day and like be reminded that another dude is out here out buying a girl. Like, boundaries. And you have to set those boundaries with your friends to let them know like certain things are acceptable in a relationship and certain things aren't. So I feel like if y'all have that boundaries with your friends or whoever you're dealing with prior to, that shouldn't happen. Something like that shouldn't happen.
yeah, I agree. Definitely boundaries. That's how I feel. I think I would feel violated as a boyfriend, my girlfriend.
Yeah, because I would know why did they buy you this?
So, not even, so,
Where did this come
if
from?
she's my girl, I doubt that she will accept it. But the fact that another guy had the audacity.
That was so bold of you to even do that. Like, why would you try to step on my toes like
How
that?
do you know what I can
Or I
afford?
just feel like they should have, like she said, boundaries. You establish boundaries before you get in a relationship. So, you know, do I know this friend, or is this like a friend that you randomly have in your life that I don't know of? And I would feel some type of way. And I do feel like that's out of
I'm gonna feel
bounds.
some type of way
Like
regardless.
personally, for me, I feel like
I would.
thank you for buying us a gift. You know, that's me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that
Perspective.
perspective was
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, it's
opened
like-
my eyes. I was like, okay, well, I
Because
guess
you
we
bought
look
me,
at it
because you
differently.
bought my girlfriend a gift doesn't make her less of my girlfriend. You know, she's not gonna cheat on me with you because you bought her a gift. You know, we're still on the same page. So it's like, hey, this guy that I knew that wanted to talk to me one day, is telling me he wants to buy me a car. Oh, what do you want me to do? Who the fuck is he? Why does the fuck do you think he wants to buy me a car? Oh, well, babe, we can't afford a car. We kind of need a car right now. So oh, well, take the car, sell the car, and buy another car. We get the remaining change. We're on the same page.
Now, does that open up the door for?
I'm gonna lock that shit down after we get the car.
No, well, you say that, but
So much for not using your girl for a profit.
I mean, he accepted the gift. He's probably gonna. Because you know,
like I said, on the same page.
Guys played along.
I mean,
On the same
in
page.
reality,
Long-term
eventually
game,
that
so-
stuff's gonna bother you.
Yes.
Like,
So
it's
like I
gonna
said,
bother you,
on the same
especially if you
page.
keep doing
He
it.
comes with a
If
car.
my-
the
if
first
my
time, then he
girlfriend-
comes with a trip.
No, because
the
I'm
second
gonna
time,
flip
then
it.
he
I'm gonna
comes
flip
with
it too. I'm gonna flip it too. If somebody I used to talk to before buys me
Absolutely
Rolex,
not. No, nothing.
buys me a
Nobody
Rolex,
needs to talk to
and I
me.
tell my girl, hey girl, buy me a Rolex. What do you want me to do with it? Bitch, nigga, get the fuck. I already know what she's gonna tell me,
Well-
right? But like for her, I'll keep it open because I don't know. Personally, I know nothing's gonna happen if you're on the same page.
Yeah,
I kind of disagree with you.
I definitely
I
disagree.
think that if you're going to accept one gift later on, if there's other gifts that are involved, if you accepted that initial gift, then you open that door.
But like I said,
even if you're on the same page, because at that point you accepted it because that's something that can benefit you. That was something that you wanted.
benefit
But
us.
let's say
It's something that
Us.
but it benefits you though. And
No,
then,
us.
but let's say, okay,
Just us.
so what if the next present is like a bracelet or a jewelry that she really wants? Are you gonna tell her she
Like I
can't
said,
accept it?
we have to be on the same. That's the point of being on the same
Okay.
page. If he brings a car, and I went far with the car.
You did.
I went really far. That's like if somebody brings your car, y'all gonna reject the car and then tell your boyfriend, hey,
If-
that S class.
If
I'm
it makes
gonna
my
tell-
boyfriend
That's a
uncomfortable,
huge gift. I feel
I
like
know.
no one's gonna give
That's-
anyone a car
So let's-
without extra.
can we
Give
make
me
this
it.
more reasonable?
Bring it to
Like,
let's bring it up to a reasonable here.
something like a TV or something.
Okay,
No, a
Rolex.
Rolex only benefits one person in the situation.
person
So
is
let's say
Rolex,
something
right?
like a TV or something. That's
Okay,
that's
okay.
it's still expensive, and you know it's
So
beneficial.
why
for
can't I
both
afford a TV as a boyfriend?
Why can't you tell me? Let me
Those are the questions you gotta ask.
let me know. Why
That's
can't
why.
you?
That's
afford
why
it?
I asked. Like, how does he know what I can afford?
So Jane
Because,
says, why would you be blocking my blessings? Nah, she's not rejecting it. She
No,
also
in
said,
that case-
if it's a random person, then nah. If it's a
Because
good
then
friend,
you're
hell yeah.
technically you're for sale.
What?
I don't know
You have
how
a
to go that
price.
far, but
You have a price, is what I mean.
Please expound
I just
on
feel
that
like
because
this
You
is-
know what I mean? Like that means that there's always someone richer. That means like the next guy with, let's say the first guy bought you one Rolex, and I told you no. I said I'm blocking your blessing. So what if the next guy comes and buys you three?
I see what you're saying
Yeah,
relative to it.
Relative to what that person said, like don't block my blessings. That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, I get that, but I
It's
just
like-
feel like in a relationship, let's not accept outside gifts from other
I know.
counterparts.
So that's
y'all
the boundary.
if y'all want something, if you're in need of something, as if it's a car or a TV, you should hustle together to get the money to get what you guys
Or
need
you
for
could
your
come together and
relationship.
start a GoFundMe if you need
Oh,
to.
Something.
y'all can figure it out. You have to
Because
communicate.
I just feel like you're allowing other people to enter your relationship,
No,
even
so
if it
you-
is a gift, like,
Are you saying no gifts at all? Like
I mean, I don't know. I think
No gifts
if
at all?
for me, I would say no gifts. No gifts for me.
Just so there won't be a
Yeah, I
gray
disagree.
area.
Just so that there's no, confusion
like-
there.
so no gifts from the guys.
I mean, maybe if they were gifting something like a trip, like, I would accept that, but something like a car, TVs, I don't
So
know.
no tangible.
No tangible gifts, yeah.
I
Buy
don't
us a
agree
trip.
with
Give me a trip.
So far, I just think hey, if you're on the same page, ain't nothing that can happen. There's nothing that
I'm
can
trying
happen.
to think if I've been in a situation where, have y'all
I've
been in a
not.
situation like that?
I've not.
Where somebody gifted you something?
And like I feel
I'm a good
like
gifter.
my own first instinct would be like, nah, like why is he giving you? I'll question it.
So what about like birthdays and stuff
Birthdays.
like that? Like those are, I'm trying to think of a situation
in reality,
where
it depends on who it's coming from. Because my mama can give me a car and my spouse feel nothing for it. But if
Yeah.
a dude that he knows pursuing me or someone that could possibly have some type of attachment to me, then yeah, that's
Like
going to be
an ex.
a problem. And me as an adult, I can have that conversation with my person and say, hey, such and such got me this. Are you uncomfortable with me accepting this gift or not? If
Yeah.
it makes you uncomfortable, I will not accept it. If you have no problem with it, I will. Like, at the end of the day, it's communication. You have to communicate with each other to
Yeah,
understand.
I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it goes back to what Jimmy said. That's what's up. I can feel that. I'm gonna run to the chat real quick.
Yeah, we going off.
Jane said a car is another level, so that's not normal.
Wow, man, the whole car.
Lucy says if it's a PS5, boys would be running the
Wait. That is just too soon. That is too soon. So stop that.
I mean, it's true though.
If it's a PS5,
yeah.
know that girl is coming for your man.
So if my
Don't
ex,
play. No.
Absolutely.
Let me just set that
if my
out.
ex says
If
yeah,
your
PS5, I'm
ex,
taking it.
if anybody in his life,
And you gonna have another.
No, I'm not married.
And you gonna have another X on your hand if you accept that PS5.
Yeah, exactly.
real shit. If anybody
I
in his
tell her,
life
just know
buys
this.
him a
It's just
PS5,
too many
chase that woman
issues.
away.
Just know
So
this.
if my current girl is not trying to get me a PS5,
Then you
And
get
my
your own
ex-
PS5.
and my ex ran it,
they don't bomb
I'm
me
just
with.
not gonna tell her,
They
oh, yeah,
don't
babe, I
bomb me
got
with.
that.
Now me buy now.
That's deceitful.
Now me
though.
buy.
That causes other problems.
Then
Like, you
I
just
bought
trickle
that
down to a
PS5
whole bunch
by
of other stuff.
myself. Ain't nobody know where that PS5 came from.
And no
That's
woman,
disappeared in
and
the
no
house.
woman is gonna buy a man a
See.
PS5 if she not trying to.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all.
Point
But
blank.
if
I bought a
my
PS4
girl is
before,
not
okay?
getting me a PS5. If she's not trying to get me a PS5 and
Then why don't you
somebody
get it yourself?
and
Then you have a
somebody willingly,
conversation.
somebody likes to spend their money, so if somebody willingly just gets me a PS5, should I not take it?
How do you want your? If the shoe was on the other foot, if the shoe was on the other foot and it was something that your girl really wanted and somebody
You
else
wanna
got
see
it
the
for
label?
her,
How would you
feel?
I wouldn't feel good about it, but
You wouldn't. So why would you do
the shoes
that
is
to
on my
her?
foot right now,
Yeah.
so
So then you have to take into consideration of her feelings as well. Yeah, you gonna
Yeah.
feel good with this PS5, but are you gonna feel guilty every time you play it?
So if
No.
I know for sure, I'm not trying to have nothing going on.
That's
with
on you, but you have to think about what was the purpose of me giving you this gift.
And what was the purpose
So can I
of the
just-
What was I
person
trying to
getting
get
the
from giving it to
PS5?
you? What was I trying to get from
I'm
giving
not
it
worried
to
about
you?
that. I'm just worried about the fact that I'm happy about the fact that I have a PS5.
So you're being
Accept your
selfish.
PS5, but when someone down the line wants to buy your girl a gift because you accepted that PS5, you have to let her accept it.
Okay, can I accept the PS5 without letting her know where it came from?
So what if somebody wanted to give
No.
her? Now listen,
Okay.
someone wanted to give your girl something sexual.
A PS5 is not sexual.
I know it's not, but I'm just
It's
saying
very
it's still a
sexual.
gift.
Have you seen
it's
that?
still a gift. The person that's gifting it is gifting it for a reason. So you think people just out here buying PS5s for the fun of it?
I get it, but when I'm
That bad boy is $700. You
It's
think
like
these
buying
girls out
laundry.
here?
It's like
Man,
buying
here,
laundry.
take this.
And you gonna want a headset, and you gonna want a new controller, and you gonna need some games.
Take this game and give me what I want from you. I mean, me personally, I'm horrible with taking gifts. Like, I literally just started accepting gifts because I feel like anytime someone gives me something, I have to return something to them. So I just got into the gift getting stage of my life, but
yeah, it's important to. I understand where you're coming from now, Jane. I'm starting.
You will never win.
Like,
You
you
will
don't
not sleep at night, bro. You trust me, just free. Just reject it and move on with
yeah,
it.
have somebody ever did
Why
something
should
for you and you?
No gifts.
Because,
It's just
I mean, you can run it.
So
confusion.
so here's the thing.
Again, my
I'm
PS5
stopping the
might be-
confusion. I'm not telling her because I know that I'm not trying to do nothing
Oh,
with this
yeah.
girl at the end of the day, and I'm not going to. So instead of putting that seed in her brain and take her down the rabbit hole, let me go ahead and accept the gift that I want and just accept it as that. and
Okay,
keep
so
it-
what if
keep
she
it going.
finds out? What if the girl's
If she
like, oh
finds out,
yeah,
then I
I bought
gotta
that
deal with
PS5 for your dude and he be at
So
home
you
playing
are
it. Now
willing
she
to
feels
call.
smart.
You are willing to cause
Yes.
issues in your relationship over
Is that-
PS5.
You
Are
heard
you
that
in a
sentence?
relationship?
Heard that sentence?
Are you in a
Because
relationship?
you're
I'm
accepting
concerned.
the gift
No,
and
no,
not
no.
saying anything about it, and then you're gonna lie about it
And
because you're not gonna tell her where you got the
I'm not
PS5.
lying, I'm just not
so that's
providing the
mischievous.
full
Is that not
truth.
mischievous?
So,
You hear that sentence?
like,
You hear that
that's
sentence? She said, I got your man a PS5. That's why he in the house. ...
What?
If that sentence can go
And then
anywhere.
you're gonna neglect your girl
You're
while
just
you
bringing
playing the
stuff into your
PS5 that
relationship.
another woman got you.
Yeah, because
That's
she
not
can
good.
always say, I got you that PS5.
Can you afford your own PS5?
I probably can, but
Then get it yourself.
You
nobody wants to
compromise.
spend their
Y'all can
money.
go half.
Compromise. Go half. Yeah, compromise.
Wait, go half.
Yeah.
You put up half of the 700. She put up half of the
She doesn't want it. I'm saying if she doesn't want, like, she's against PS5s. Let's just say that she doesn't
Against
want to
you
get
gaming?
and I want my.
Well, that's a
PS5.
different problem within
Different
itself.
problem
Yeah,
within
because
itself.
if she don't want you to have a PS5 altogether, she's still gonna feel some type of way about you getting one.
Whatever.
Whether you bought it yourself or from somebody else. So
That's okay. I'll
it's
go
a-
collect my PS5 and go buy my own
Okay.
games and headsets.
Yeah, like
All I
if,
say
if,
is-
if whatever the situation is gonna cause havoc in your happy home already, like why would you even ruin that for a game system
So-
or for a
okay,
gift
so-
for a momentary value
As
versus
there been a
lifetime
time-
happiness?
Has there been a time where you did not provide the full truth because you knew that there was nothing there, but if you shared it, it would cause
So you
somebody
mean
to-
lying?
No,
But
because
why
I
not
believe in
share?
transparency. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's a half
Okay, so
truth.
y'all have never
It's a
lied
half
before?
truth.
I mean,
I mean, a lot of people don't care
But you're
about it.
being sneaky though.
Yeah.
Like you're literally taking a gift from someone that you previously dealt with, and because you know that your woman would have an issue with it, you're choosing not to discuss it. I feel like if it was nothing, you would say like, "Hey, old girl wants
Yep.
to buy me a PS5. Are you cool?" Like you should have a conversation before you accept it.
And if
But
it's-
you know that conversation is going to lead to a no, so you're choosing to accept it and not speak on it. That's being sneaky.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna flip it. How do y'all feel about your boyfriend having something that came from somebody else? Already has
Like
it.
already has it.
Yeah.
It could come from a family member, but it can't come from somebody that you used to deal with
I mean, ignorance is
previously.
bliss.
I'm not dealing with them anymore.
But
This-
you used to.
It's not fair.
I personally
fair.
have different outlook on that. I don't mind you having old things. It depends on what it is. If it's like pictures of y'all, then absolutely not. But if she bought you a game system back then,
What if
that
it's
ain't
like-
No,
what
I'm
if
not
it's
talking
a-
about
what if
something
it's like a
previously.
office?
I'm talking about something new. Like
oh no,
if it's
he's talking
something-
about previously.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm saying,
Yeah, the
like-
question
Oh,
was
then that
previously.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Let me-
If it's something of sentiment,
Yeah,
you
I wanna
gotta
ask
let
that.
that
I done
go,
kept
baby.
shoes.
What if it's like a
hoodies.
necklace or like
I don't care
a
about
watch?
Necklace,
Or
watch,
like a
got to
bracelet,
go,
you know,
got to go.
Or something. That's gotta go.
Yeah,
That's
if
just
that's
So
so
you can't
intimate.
cook. You can't keep jewelry.
I mean, like,
No.
no, there's like keeping, you know,
If somebody bought you
pure
jewelry
necklace.
and you went into a
No,
relationship.
that's fine. You can keep the like the necklace, but if it has like a pendant with y'all together,
Oh,
showing
okay.
love.
Okay.
I mean,
and
me
kissing,
personally,
man, you don't move.
I wouldn't keep it. Like, I'm
That's
not
just like,
keeping
why would
any
you-
So like
remnants
necklaces,
of my
you said
ex.
hoodies earlier?
I've kept shoes,
Clothes?
hoodies.
Hell nah. Please
No,
fuck you,
you
this
don't
sounds
keep
good.
clothes?
Fuck you, this sounds good.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm
Well,
not-
I mean, well, you know, girls collect hoodies and stuff like
That-
that.
that's,
guys,
well,
so
yeah.
I mean, but don't you like think of the person when you're wearing a hoodie?
No, I
No,
don't.
I think of how
I think of
comfortable
like,
it is.
this shit is cute. I'm gonna put it on for the day.
Well, we don't wear girls.
But if it's anything that I put on and it's gonna make me feel some type of way about them, like think
Yeah,
about
that's what I
them,
feel.
then yeah, I would discard it because now it's causing a little bit of turmoil in my head when I'm with my dude because I'm just like, dang, I got this old dude's shirt on and we taking pictures and stuff, like
And
post it
that-
on
So
social
you-
media.
You would make that conscious decision yourself.
Yeah, that's a decision. I personally wouldn't be able to go into another relationship.
Because you know, like,
with
what are the
somebody.
others do? They'll be like, man, she look at her taking pictures of my shirt
Exactly. Like I don't want to get nobody room
know,
to
people
embarrass
wild,
my
you know.
dude. So
on. People get any chance they get.
So Jane, she says, does that mean every gift they've had in the past should be tossed in trash? She said, nah, that's unreasonable.
no.
I think that's unreasonable.
yeah, and that's why I say it depends on what it is. Like
I don't know. I think like for me, when it comes to like clothes and shoes and stuff, like those are necessities. So like if somebody gives you something that or buys something, it doesn't matter where it comes from. It's just an item of like it's an article of clothing. You know what I mean?
I don't cheat
Like
it.
It depends
I
on how
don't hold
they
any
do.
value to it. Now, I mean, if you're keeping like cards or like you know like
What if you bought your
something,
lingerie?
huh?
What if you bought your lingerie?
so you want me to wear?
You should get rid of that.
I recycle things like that, like you know, regularly.
should get rid of
You should get rid of stuff like that anyway. Like you should not be
You should
holding
be
on to
holding
old
on to
lingerie.
it.
Like yeah, no.
I just personally think that the moment you see that lingerie,
You're gonna think of them.
You're gonna think of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I have like an old hoodie from an ex, and I love that hoodie.
Forget that. Forget the hoodie.
But I don't think of it as like, oh, it's his hoodie or like I don't like it's just mine now.
Oh, I love
You
this
have a
hoodie so
boyfriend right
much.
No, I don't have a boyfriend right
Okay, so you get a boyfriend who finds out that
That's
your
your
hoodie was from your ex and he asks you to get
now.
rid
He
of it.
doesn't
Would
need
you
to
have-
know. When we went into the
Well,
relationship,
so out.
See,
But it's just a hoodie.
I know, see, but you just got on here. You keep yourself away from people.
No, I don't
Probably
get it.
women saying get rid of it.
No, if he had an issue with it, I would get rid of it. Like if I felt like, if he felt that strongly about it, but me going into the relationship, I'm not gonna be like, hey, my ex bought me this hoodie. Like that's, to me, it's not that serious.
What if it's
It's a hoodie that keeps me warm when it's cold.
See, I try to avoid stuff like that. I try to avoid.
Guys, I'm gonna take that the right way.
If you see your girlfriend with any hoodies that look like men's hoodies, throw
It's a Nike hoodie. Like, how would you be able to
It'd be fresh,
distinguish
though,
that? Yeah, I'd be fresh. So.
But if it comes out like and he's upset about it, what would you do? Would you try to talk?
No, like if he was like, man, that hoodie is cool. Like, where you get that from? And I say like, oh, well, like an ex of mine got it for me.
And he like, nah.
Yeah, and then I would be like, okay, then I probably would. I'm gonna have to like fold it up and go put it in my storage because I really like this hoodie, you
So,
guys.
yeah, you're gonna have to get rid of the hoodie.
I would get rid of it. Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and jump into the next topic. It goes.
Hey, we don't know how long this relationship's gonna last, so
Hey, that's true. Why is it that married men / women prefer to explore their sexual fantasies with a side boob and not their partners? Have y'all ever?
Excuse me.
What? I'm confused.
Say it again.
Sorry. Why is it that married men / women prefer to explore their sexual fantasies with a side boob and not their partners? So like,
This is a loaded
Is that a
question.
thing?
I'm not married. So
Yeah.
I don't
I didn't know
know.
that was a thing.
But if I was married, I don't think that I would seek outside help for my fantasies.
First of all, why is it side boob?
Huh?
Good question. Why is there a side boob?
Yeah,
a lot of people cheat.
I mean,
why are you with
side
someone who cheats?
cheek. Well, I
Good
don't know.
question.
Why do
Like-
people cheat?
Huh?
Why do people cheat?
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, I feel like there's always a need, and if they can't get that need in that
But why is
So
there no
already then you're
community?
Then
not-
why can't we talk about the needs?
So like you said, you're already
Not
not
everybody
sexually
can
satisfied
communicate
in your relationship.
Then why are y'all together if y'all can't communicate?
Another good question.
I'm
There's
telling
like
you,
20
a
questions
relationship,
before.
a friendship, anything can get through everything if they communicate properly.
And the
Like-
ideal sounds great, right? But you know,
I'm telling you, if
to
you
carry it
can
out, for some people
communicate,
they just can't. So,
Okay, so let's see.
like,
Let's
it's a
see.
lot of marriages that
Let's see what taking it back.
struggle with communication. I mean, they still try to hold on to it, but they still struggle with clearly.
I
I'm
think
like
the-
side boob. Like by the time you get to the side boob, like if that's past communication of you trying to communicate or anything.
if you already got a side,
going
ain't no
out.
communication.
I mean, I just feel like if somebody has a side,
Not that
there
you
are
cheated once
definitely
and, like, you
some
slipped
things
up.
that they are not getting sexually.
Yeah, but I feel
Yeah,
like
and it's like-
sexually you can talk to that person about
But
that. It,
some-
well, it depends on what it is. Like if your
Yeah.
shit just got,
Like for instance, there's some girls that don't give, you know,
I'm not gonna.
but he knew that before he married her, right?
I'm not
He thought he was
gonna.
gonna change her mind.
Why
later.
not have a conversation about it though?
Yeah,
I mean,
like
people have conversations about it.
I'm sorry, you talking about yourself?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just saying.
It just seemed a
general,
little personal.
There's some people that just are not fully satisfied in their marriage.
So
and
then
they
you
seek-
should dissolve the marriage.
Well, it's not that easy
I
for some
see what
people.
you're
I mean, I get that, but I just feel like if they're like, if you decide to marry somebody, you should be completely fulfilled in all aspects so that you don't seek the outside stuff. And I do feel like people can definitely have chemistry with other people. Like you can meet somebody, connect, and it just be like some magical shit. But I just feel like if that takes you away or takes you outside of your relationship, like you have to ask yourself questions like, why did you get these feelings with this person? You know, and then why do you choose to continue to engage even though you know you're married?
I mean, people continue to engage because they like what they're engaging in.
Yeah,
and
that's
they're not
true.
getting it in their marriage.
But is
And
that
yes, some-
momentary happiness worth losing
Yeah, like-
your other happiness? You say yeah, it is.
No, I'm
Oh, like I'm not going to ruin what I have going on for something that's temporary. Like if I'm just fucking this person, I know that there's nothing more I can get from them. I don't have financial stability. I don't have mental health. I don't have anything. They don't take care of my kids. Like I'm not
They're just
gonna
giving you
mess
dick.
that up for something for just sex. Like
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, that's
for
really
just
what.
sex. You know what I mean? Like that to me, I feel like you need to separate that. And I feel like if a person knows you inside and out, and you're married to them, even if you have like the wildest sexual fantasies, they should be able to indulge in that with you.
Yeah,
If they love you.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah, they should,
even if
but-
you're on some S&M shit, like you should be able to express that to your
So like,
partner.
I feel like people can be good for each other, but it doesn't mean on the sexual level they actually match. And
That's true.
that
Yeah.
might be and because we know life is not just about sex, but
No, but
it's also.
Yeah.
If you already have a side boo, like you guys are
He
skipping.
is really stuck on this side,
No,
boo.
because like if this is a married man or a married woman with a whole nother side boo, not like you cheated once and
This is
something
repetitive.
you do. It's part of your life now. It's part. In fact, you guys are in a threesome relationship. It's 3 of y'all. So if it's something that you do, and like she said, there's so many questions before this question. Like y'all even should be together. Like forget that.
Yeah.
I mean, the only
have a
way
side
that I could see this being like a question where I could accept it, I wouldn't accept it, but like if you just were on some just outlandish shit, like it was
Tiny
just,
one,
but it was
kidnapping.
just like really weird, and you just felt like you could not open yourself up to your like husband or wife in that way to where you didn't want to be judged, or or it's like something inside of you where you want to explore this and you just can't share that with your partner because you don't want them looking at you a certain type of way. I could see that. But at the same time, not before you have a conversation with your partner to feel them out and see if they would be open to it.
If they're your partner, it shouldn't be all of that judgment and stuff. You should be able to be
What is it?
transparent with them.
What kind of
Like, you
sexual fantasy do you have that's that?
And on top of that, have y'all ever got with somebody and then like when y'all first got together, let's say I got with somebody and then we had the conversation about eating ass and he's like, oh, I would never do that, blah, blah, blah. However, he knows that that's something that I like. So eventually down the line, he gonna eat my ass because he know that makes me happy.
Now, if he doesn't eat your ass, are you gonna seek that from somewhere else?
No, but I'm just saying, I just feel like when you really want to be
No,
with
I'm saying,
somebody
like,
and
you really getting your ass ate, and this man is not in your ass. No, seriously.
I hear you.
So, let's say you go out with your girls and you run across somebody who used to do it in the past, and you know he's an ass eater. Like, he's good at it because he's eaten your ass before. Would you not start thinking in your mind, my man's not eating my ass, but this nigga gonna eat my ass?
I'm gonna think about it, but I'm not gonna go through with it because I'm not finna let 10 minutes of ass eating ruin my whole life.
But you haven't gotten your ass eaten
But
in a long time.
I'm gonna eat you out of house and home, and you know.
And he's literally gonna eat me out of house and home because if my man find out about this, it's over with. Like, because if you think, y'all, broke niggas got some good dick, okay? And at the end of the day, a broke nigga can't do nothing for me. So I can't risk all of that for just this. Like, you gotta,
So
unless he can eat ass, do this, do that, do this, do that.
So you're willing to
then, you know,
sacrifice that aspect just for the happiness of your
Women, we're sacrificers. We sacrifice.
But the thing is,
No.
So what if
if
you got the perfect
Buddha
guy?
Eater come with more than just that, then I might consider it because he might could just take his whole spot altogether. I'm not married. I'm saying Buddha Eater. I'm not gonna be married. It's gonna be a relationship. But I'm saying if he can fulfill the rest of them shoes, then
the ass in his not.
I
What
like
if he
to.
had like
But I'm
bad
leaving him
dick,
before I find all of that stuff out.
bad dick, like
When you say,
bad.
you leave him
Yeah,
alone.
I wouldn't cheat.
But
I
he's
would
like the
leave
perfect
him
guy.
He's like the
before,
perfect guy.
You know.
He has
That
everything
is a
else,
complete
and he
deal
has
breaker for me.
bad
What did he
dick.
say?
What?
Like
That he's the
zero
perfect
potential.
guy, but he has bad sex.
Then
That
is he the
zero
perfect guy if
breaker
he
for
has
me.
bad sex?
No, then he's not.
Exactly. I'm sorry for me, it's
So
no.
now, just to counteract
Like,
what
I-
I said earlier, why shouldn't you just communicate that? Can you teach her? Is
But
it
if
not
it's
teachable?
small, there's
If
no
it's small,
teaching.
there's no
See?
teaching.
But I already know that I'm not gonna commit to this.
Oh, so you're not gonna commit?
Yeah, I'm not even
There are
fucking it.
people that can compromise that aspect in their life. If that's not an aspect
I'm not
of my
that
life
people.
I'm willing to compromise, then that's not the person for me. Like having sexual chemistry, that matters.
Can't you make it work somehow?
Of course you can make it work, but
You
that's
can.
I'm not gonna be
I'm not.
happy. Then
I'm not.
that's where cheating comes in.
Okay.
I'm not saying that
So that's
that
a
would.
situation where you get yourself out of it.
Yeah, I just rather get myself. If the
Yeah.
person can't, I'm okay with somebody fulfilling like certain like markers that I need at like different percentages. You don't have to be 100% at everything, but if you like between 50 and 90, like I'm okay,
Yeah, like-
we can work with it.
That's an
50
anal
is
beat.
pretty low.
I know, but it's at least half.
50 is pretty low.
But it's at least
But then that
half.
other half is gonna tear your
But
ass
that's
up.
at least half.
That
But if
other
they
half
have like
gonna tear
other
your ass up.
qualities about them and are like really, I don't know, like if we have like just some crazy connection, I'd be willing to work on
I
it.
don't know, because for me, I feel connected. I would want to engage, but I long term, I wouldn't be able to do
I
it.
understand.
I
But
wouldn't
yeah,
be able
no, bad sex is a deal breaker for me. at
Bad
least.
breath too. Oh,
Bad breath too. Body odor too.
But I mean, you can fix that.
You can't really think about
Bad
it.
breath,
can.
body odor, you can
But
fix that.
if I'm meeting you for the first time and that breath is hot, baby boy, all that chemistry we had before is
Oh
like
my
gone.
God.
I'm like, I
Yeah,
can't.
actually, I agree with that one. Body odor too.
Yeah.
Definitely first impression is everything. So I'm gonna flip what y'all just said though.
Uh-oh.
So certain cultures, you meet the person you're marrying the day that you get married, right?
Well,
So you have no, or like, even take care for instance, let's say you're a virgin, you decide, yo, I'm just not gonna have sex until I'm married. And you don't find out about all these things until you're married. You find out that you're not sexually pleased well the way you want, you can't get your ass ate, the guy's penis is too small. For us guys, like for me, a pet peeve is, you know, somebody can't
She got
slap me.
teeth.
Yeah, like just different things. I find like just whatever it is that you know for yourself that you enjoy, and this person cannot give it to you. But now you're already married.
I think there's like a deeper
like-
question. Like there's like questions before that.
No, I'm just saying, like just putting things like because sometimes
So
like,
we're both virgins. We don't know nothing about sex.
you know what you like. I think everybody.
how do you know what you
What you
like
like
beforehand if you've never done it?
But
How?
you find out that once you get into
Why?
this
Where should
marriage,
I
this person is not a match for you. Now, back to what we were saying earlier, great person, great personality, probably could be the perfect marriage, but on the sexual platform, it's just a hard.
But then at that
How
But
much money
because
we
y'all
got?
bring up-
How much money we got?
I
Can we
just
buy
feel
you a
like-
new organ? You know?
Wow, Tanika, wow.
I mean, if you
I just feel like,
else.
okay, when it comes to religion and culture, it's obviously a mindset. Like, it's something that you're taught. So I feel like when it comes to things like arranged marriages, you go into that with a certain mindset because you already know that's a part of your religion, it's a part of your culture. So I think that if that's a situation where religiously you have to be arranged with somebody that you can't experience things first, then I don't know, like I would get to know the person even if there wasn't sexual chemistry or anything. Like I would get to know that person because we are forced to be in this union. But if I felt like it was something that after I've experienced it that I couldn't just deal with for like long term, then I would just have to ask myself, do I want to like break away from my religion and just go rogue and do some other shit? But at the end of the day, I would at least, I hate people that are like, oh, I don't like that without trying it. Like, you know, so I feel like you should at least try to see if there's things about this person that you like first before like deciding, oh, like the first time we had sex, it was terrible. I don't think I can be in this, you know, because there's other things to a relationship than just sex. And even if you're like a sexual being, you want to like, you know, be that way and there's no connection there, at least you can try to build a positive relationship out of it instead of, you know, because sex is not everything, you know, that's only like
But it's
part
a
of
deal
it.
breaker.
It's a deal breaker for me, but I'm American. I don't have another religion, so I mean, I'm different.
We ain't talking about you.
We're
We're
not
talking about
about
them. This is a hypothetical.
I'm American. We're sex cells, okay?
That's a good point. That's a good point. You got anything to
That's
say
dope.
on that?
I don't know.
Actually, was I'm just saying, like, if it was, because it's different because we're both virgins. We both don't have any
Yeah.
expectations.
Yeah. Well, then
So
We don't
kinda
even know what feels
I can
good and
teach
what
you, You
doesn't,
can
like-
teach me, and we can teach each other. If it's like I'm like Jagaban, and you're a virgin, and I'm like a pro,
Then you can teach her, right? I mean,
I
it's
can
I
teach you.
really don't feel
But
like
there's
it's hard to
some
have sex with
things-
girls.
There's some things that are deal breakers that you just can't teach.
What?
no, but you can learn.
I feel like it's
That's-
easier to
that's a
teach a
whole
woman how to have sex with a man than it is to teach a man how to have
I
sex
agree.
with a woman.
But how do men learn how to have sex though? That's a good question.
Porn.
Do y'all do it from within or do you watch others
Porn.
learn? I don't know.
I mean, same with us. You shit.
Practice makes perfect.
What if you practicing wrong?
So on that note, I'm gonna jump to the next topic. All right, so this is a good one. I told my partner we both should deposit $250 monthly into a heartbreak fund account.
Okay, so I feel like
This
that's...
is into it.
So you said breakup account?
Yeah. So the one who gets cheated on walks away with the money.
What kind of?
I feel like this is kind of
Hold on, hold
prenuptial.
on. He refused.
Damn.
Why?
Why did he refuse?
Why did he refuse and not
That's the
cheat?
question.
Yeah, why did you refuse if you don't feel like you might cheat?
Oh, because he probably felt like it was.
Then, oh shit, we probably shouldn't even be together. Like, what? You just told me you probably would cheat on me, and you're not willing to risk your money. Like,
To me, it's like it's twofold. First of all, you're already even thinking about it.
yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Yeah,
you're
it's
trying
like
to make a benefit
premeditated. I don't
for
like
cheating
that.
on me. The fuck?
like,
Somebody
come on, let
think
me
you cheat
go
too.
throw this finance
I
girl
would
in
switch
his
it.
DMs.
I like it, but I would just be like, why don't we put money into like
Business.
our future marriage or something? And like, you know, whoever absolves our relationship doing some shit that the missus doing, then that person gets to walk away with the money. However, if we don't and we stick it out, like that's money that we can like put towards like our wedding or something. I don't know if I like the cheating aspect, because I just feel like I believe in manifestation. I just feel like if you're putting that out there, then you know that's not good for you.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't like that.
I
It's
don't
like
like
very
it.
prenuptial, like,
Yeah,
That's a setup.
it's a setup.
It is.
You're trying to cheat to get some
Because
money.
if you say no, I'm gonna think you're gonna plan on cheating on me. If you say yes,
Like,
then, I mean,
then you say no.
let's just not do
What?
that. I don't want
So you already cheating then probably. I might as well just like connect the dots.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of people in the chat agree with y'all. Lynn, she
that
says
ain't-
the same thing. That's weird. Why are we planning for future heartbreak? And a lot of people are agreeing with that. I've never heard of a heartbreak fund. I think
Since the first.
I think it's a good idea, to be honest.
I don't.
Why?
It's a lot of cheaters out there, and
So-
I mean, some people do deserve to get paid.
Why would I pay you
for
after
going
I
through
cheat on you?
emotional turmoil?
You said it's a lot of cheaters out there.
Yeah.
Why
So
would I
if
pay
you got cheated on, but you had money that came to you after you got cheated on, wouldn't that help the emotional wound?
No.
Would it help me?
it would
If I
not.
get cheated on,
Y'all are men.
Give me some money
That
so I
would
can get
not
ready
help
for what
the
happens.
emotional
No.
wounds. You still got cheated on.
My feelings are
Especially if
still
you love
fucking
that
hurt.
person.
Like, my feelings are still hurt. You can keep your money. I
Like
just want you to-
money
Do you know
doesn't.
how many millionaires would be created by this idea? Like, think about all the people that got cheated on.
John.
Their emotions is
Johnny.
so, like their emotions
Then we had this
from
question
here to
earlier,
here.
but why would you cheat though?
Johnny, you shit.
There's a lot of interest to that.
Well, give us one.
Give us
No, I'm
one.
just saying,
This will be a calculated. It'll be a calculated cheating move.
Yeah,
You're
like,
calculating.
Yeah, like
you're
you know what I
already
mean?
putting it in the universe that,
Yeah, like
like,
you're
yeah.
gonna cheat.
Maybe.
Or, and I'm already
Hey,
putting in the universe that I think you might cheat on me. Like,
No, but the universe already has plenty of people already cheating.
This, I can-
why
I can-
the
but
people
we're not
that
talking
get
about the
hurt-
people. We talking about these two people that's gonna sign this agreement and
Right.
put deposits in.
And then I can start making
And
stuff
why
up.
is money keeping you from cheating? Like
Right.
that's
Okay, so
weird.
here's the other. So there's an emotional bank account that everybody has, right? And it's affected in different ways. So when you get cheated on, your emotional level, you feel less valuable sometimes. Most times, you may overcome it in a short amount of time. Some people it takes longer.
Okay.
But if somebody, think about it. If you wake up tomorrow morning, somebody hands you $100, wouldn't that make you happy a little bit?
Yeah.
That's your emotional.
because
Hold on. That's your emotional bank account. There's a value in you that has risen. So let's take away money from it. Somebody said, "Oh, Tanika, you look very beautiful today." Let's say you
Thank
put a
you.
lot of work into your hair. Your hair looks real. That just made you feel good. That's your emotional bank account. So back to the cheating situation. You get cheated on, your emotional bank account goes down. But somebody gives you some money. If some money is in
financial
everything.
money.
So what?
Financial bank account goes up, not my emotional bank
Yeah,
account.
I still feel like
You
it's
give me
not gonna take this
Give me
money.
$1,000 and put it in my account. My bank account was going up, plus my emotional bank
No.
account
Why?
was
But
going up.
that's because I'm
you,
gonna take
though.
that $1,000 to go
But
buy
that's
a bunch
you,
of alcohol and be suppressing the house.
That's
Like,
what you're saying, but
no,
at the end of the
it's
day,
true. Okay, so let's say I have my own money and my emotional bank account is already high. I don't need a man for money. I just need him for that emotional attachment. And at the point, he just fucked my emotions up, but I still got all this damn money that I made on my own.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Why is it such a big thing for people to, like, let's say marriages are split up. Why is it such a big thing for them to get money?
I guess, is it
Because
kids
they
involved?
put in the years, so they feel like they're owed that. But at the end of the
Some
day,
people haven't put in the years.
you're talking
Some people
about-
haven't put in the
you're
years. Some
talking-
people be married for like 6 months and then get half of it.
yeah, but I mean, it just depends on the person. Some people might be happy that they're getting an influx of money just for the demise of a relationship, but some people may be emotionally affected by that. I don't think that people get in relationships for money, and that's kind of what you're like basing
Some
the
people
relationship
do,
on.
but-
Some people don't, but some people genuinely get in relationships for like the aspect of a relationship, like having
But I'm not saying that's
a
what you get into
partner.
the relationship for.
Yeah,
what
but
I'm saying
I don't
is,
think
what I'm
that.
saying
I
is,
think that I would just take the money, and I would be happy that I had the money. But the emotional attachment, like you're not tied to that person by money. You're tied to that person by emotion.
Right.
So if you break up, that money's not gonna matter. Even if it was $1 billion, I became a billionaire, but my heart's still broken. That money is
Sorry,
not.
Unless I take that money and get
Yeah,
therapy.
Okay, let's-
If I take
Sorry,
that money
what?
and get therapy, then that would make
Wait,
it
we
different.
talking millions?
Yes,
now?
to therapy.
That's
Yes,
the only
to
thing. That's the only thing I
Yes,
see.
to therapy.
If I take that money and get therapy from this heartbreak, then
Hold
I
on,
understand
man.
that. But if you're saying that I just taking the money because I fucking lost, then I don't want that loser ass shit.
That's loser money.
I don't want that
It's
loser
not
ass shit.
losing money.
I just lost my
You say that
man.
as a man, though. Women, we're emotional beings, so we're tied into the emotional
And I
aspect.
feel like,
Like
especially
if I
for y'all-
marry a dude for his money, I'm like marrying him for his money, not for
We're
him.
not saying you're getting married for the
I
money.
know.
So
Just
listen,
for the
so you're saying that you put money in the bank account, you cheat on me, and I get the money in the bank account?
Yeah.
Why can't I just lie that you cheated on me? What happens then?
Well,
That-
how
that
can
don't count.
you
That's
lie and tell me
That's
that cheated on me? That don't even make sense.
Is cheating only cheating?
Or what if
How can you say,
what if
oh, you
you
cheated on me, give me the money in the
Okay,
bank?
now,
let
let me
her
put some
like,
money now. We're talking
set
millions.
up like you're cheating, but you
We're
really
talking
didn't
millions of
cheat just
dollars.
to get the money. Like people are sick
We're
like
talking
that.
millions of dollars now. We're not talking
People.
$1,000 or
This is
$500.
people.
Let's not.
You said
This is
money. You
definitely
said $1
people.
million.
Yeah. Okay, so
$1
let's
million,
not.
right?
Okay, yeah.
$1 million, and all I have to do is prove that you cheated on me, right?
I guess it would be what's
That doesn't look
what
like a situation that
constitutes
can cause
cheating.
something?
Like, what is me talking to another dude? Is that cheating?
Oh,
too?
you see, now it's like, and y'all girls will be like, oh,
no, you have to talk
you
about
cheated on my
setting boundaries
emotions.
early too. So, like, I don't want to get.
Yeah,
too, let's not get.
That's not,
too,
it's not a good idea in the first place. That's the thing. Don't make no nonsense
Hey.
about accounts.
I think it's a good idea. It's a lot of people that have
Don't
gotten
be like
cheated
John.
on, and I'm sure that their emotional balance would go up if they got money in return for it. Like, I just know it would help. Now, money isn't.
I don't agree.
So I don't
Money
either.
is
Like, I
the
have a
root
question.
of it, but-
So if you're sad, right? You're having a sad day, and it's payday. You have a bank account full of money,
Everybody's happy on payday.
but you're already sad.
Yeah,
You're
and it's
sad.
payday, so you're gonna be happy. You
Not
found something.
necessarily.
Okay, we
happy
different then. We different, boo.
Oh, it's
Oh,
different.
wow.
But if I'm sad, I'm just sad. Like,
That money will
nothing's
come in
gonna
at a
make me
check.
feel better other than what made me sad. Like,
Yeah.
fixing whatever made me sad.
So have you ever been sad and you're like, okay, well, let me change my mindset and try to think of things to be happy about?
Yeah, definitely. But
Okay,
at the
doesn't-
end of the day, I'm still gonna be sad about
Yeah,
what I'm
but
sad
does
about.
it not help? Like when you're able to put your mind in that
Yeah,
vibration.
but if
it
I
helps,
don't
right?
fix what the problem is, it's just gonna continue to resurface. It's called suppressing. When you suppress those emotions, they're gonna keep coming back until you actually address them.
So-
So I need to address those emotions before I just try to cash out.
What's a healthy way of addressing those emotions?
I guess communicating with you or with that person or somebody else about how that situation made you feel. What are you doing to move forward from that situation alongside from money? Like, how are you coping with it? What triggers you to make you feel it again? Like, you have to go through all of that stuff. You can't just buy it out.
Yeah, I agree, because I feel like, if I get cheated on and I get money, I'm not going to be thinking about that money. I'm going to be like, well, why did you cheat on me? Like,
Yeah.
what would happen? I think that it shows, for me, I feel like this question, it just shows that people have more emphasis on money than the actual relationship. Because you're literally putting money into something that literally is the demise of your relationship. So you're literally investing into the demise of your relationship. And I just think that's weird, you know? So I think that if you're putting that type of energy into something, then, you know, invest in something different. Like I feel like I said before, like, put $250 up every month to like for a wedding. And if y'all make it, y'all use that money towards your wedding. But if you don't, if someone happens to destroy the relationship you're building, then that person gets the money. But don't say cheating, because
Okay, so I saw a question here that says, how do you explain the difference between that and a prenup?
That's a good question.
How do you
That's a good
explain?
question.
That's what I said. That's prenuptial.
It says,
Like,
how do you explain the concept of a prenup? What's the difference?
It's the same concept. Huh?
It's
I mean, I
prenup.
guess it's the
But
same concept, but I think a prenup is for someone to protect what they've built
Yeah.
themselves outside of the relationship.
Yeah. Because if I brought $1 million into the relationship and you ain't got shit, and then you think that
Yeah, I mean, you
know,
love who you love, but if they don't
Yeah,
have
love is
shit
love,
and
but-
you wealthy and you
Forget I said-
developed yourself, I think that prenups are necessary to protect your own assets. It has nothing to do with the love or the relationship.
she might love you, but she might still be lying to you. You might love you.
She
and
might be
still
a
lying
gold
to you.
digger, or he might be a gold digger.
So the
because
same
they're
way,
both gold diggers.
you don't want to just put yourself in a situation like that and just open yourself up to that kind of liability, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If I you already made this money, you made this millions, man, sign that prenup, bro.
It looks like the chat's jumping. People are requesting to be able to call in because they want to say they want to talk about their
It's
opinion.
calling. We are ready to
so-
know like why.
So with this topic, it ends with why. And I guess initially I thought, well, because he's going to cheat. But listen to what y'all just said. It may not be because he feels like he's going to cheat. He might feel like, oh, I'm just setting myself up for
Straight up.
a loss at the end of the day because
I feel like the person who
Where-
feel like you can be paid.
but can money buy time? Can money
can-
really buy time?
Yeah, it can.
Money? It can.
money can buy time.
The time.
Okay. Money can't buy my time. If anybody's out there,
No, it
you
can't.
know what I'm saying?
Now, so I mean, in what context do you mean time? Because
Like the time that we spent. Can $1 million give me my 2 years that I just, I don't want to say wasted, that I just
in that
grown
relationship, yeah.
with
You can say wasted, that's fine.
I don't want to
Cheat
say
on-
wasted because I feel like even if I get cheated on, I'm not gonna put that out there. But in the event that happens, like I'm still growing within that relationship. I still learn something on why did I get cheated on? Like how can I not? I don't want to say how can I not get cheated on next time, but like what was I not doing in this situation
What
to
did I
get
catch?
cheated on? Or what the hell was wrong with him for him to feel like, oh, she's not enough? Or, because ain't no nigga gonna make me feel like I'm not enough for them. Like, I just need to know, like, how can I move forward and be better after this?
I guess I think different. I feel like in terms of what you just said, like I know that I'm not enough for some people, and that's fine. And maybe it took us being in a relationship and falling out of a relationship to realize that. Now, in the course of all that happened, yes, somebody's emotionally going to get hurt, but we have to accept that we are not for everyone. There's somebody out there for you, and that's what the whole point of dating is, to find someone that you can potentially, you know, live a long, happy life with. But we know along the way you're going to be in a situation
some
where it's not meant
problems.
for you.
I think
You just figure out what you like and what you don't. And
I
what,
think if you meet someone that has the same mindset as you and you guys set up that account, you guys will probably close that account.
Do you feel like opposites attract?
Yeah.
I think
really feel like
opposites attract.
you guys, by the time you drop your mindsets on why you want to create this account, you will realize that it's not a good idea and just
So you think that people should find their opposite, not their twin
No,
flame?
I don't.
Or-
I think people have their specs, which is what, you know, everyone has their own little specs.
I believe in
I don't
opposites
believe in perfect
attracting.
people. That's one thing I don't. I don't think you can find a perfect mate in everything.
you just
I
gotta
agree.
find
You
balance.
gotta find
You just
what's
gotta find
compatible
balance.
with peace.
And you know what brings balance?
But do you feel
Conversation.
like a person can have more balance with someone they're similar with as opposed to someone they're opposite with?
I would say opposite, because if we're the same, we're fire signs, right? So we're aggressive, not us, but you know.
We are aggressive.
I know, we are. And so anytime we talk about something, we're on the same page with it, but we don't get to see a different aspect of the situation because we're the same.
That makes
But once
sense.
you're with someone who's more grounded than we are, then you're like, okay, this actually does make more sense because we're aggressive and they're more relaxed. So we get to see it from a different viewpoint other than our own. That's why I believe in the balance.
But I just feel like when you're in a relationship where there's more opposites than similarities, and it's more learning to do.
And it takes more effort.
It does. It depends on how bad you want it. Because at the end of the day, if you really want that relationship real bad, are you gonna cheat? Are you gonna do things that you know?
But that's just individually, because some people might like that their relationship is different and they can learn from that person, but some people might find comfort in having those similarities.
Yeah.
And I think that that's where cheating comes in, is that you may look for somebody. I think maybe cheating happens when your partner's more opposite than similar.
It depends
No,
on the
I just
aspect.
personally think that people like to, you try to put a square box in a circle hole.
That's true.
You know, you try to force people into stuff they're not, and then you have these expectations of the person, and when the person fails of those expectations, you feel bad about the person and maybe put down the person and go to the next person, not knowing that it's actually your mindset about it. You know, some people are made how they are. There's nothing you can do that you can come and change this person into a triangle if it's a square.
And some people are just cheaters. Like, they just
Some
don't
people
cheat.
are just
They have
Some people love
that.
having those kind of
and they
relationships.
still gonna cheat.
Where it's like,
You
I cheat on you,
ready
you
to
cheat on me. No, I've seen men, toxic relationships are everywhere.
Yeah.
People that I
Do
cheat
you
on you,
think
cheat
that
on me.
men or women cheat more?
Women.
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 What?
Why do you
That's a
think
whole
that?
nother conversation.
Wait, no, we didn't talk about this. Why do you think that?
Because men, you can always like tell what a man is gonna do. A man is gonna be a man, right? Women, you
What
can
consists of a man being a man?
Here's one.
You
It's
can expect
called.
a man's gonna be a dog.
It's called chivalry. So next topic.
I see what you did
So
there.
next topic.
Go like left and down.
You
The
good
guy
say,
says,
good say.
I'm all for chivalry and good gestures, but if you are right in front of the door and I'm way behind, please go ahead and open it. She says, if I say I want my doors open and you view that as a chore more than a gesture, it's simple. Move on.
Okay, I personally don't agree with that because
Which
like
part?
the whole thing. Like as far as I agree with the first part where he said if you're in the front you can grab the door. My ex, he had it bad about opening my door. Like I would be sitting in the car burning up, waiting on him to come open the door, and I'm like, bro, I could really just open it myself. And like if I was to open it, he'll close it. The same thing goes for the door.
You open the door, he closes it.
And then opens it back up because he feels like as a man that's what he's supposed to do. But I'm just like, I get it, boo, you're a man, but I'm burning up in this car. Like I'm
That's
trying to
extreme.
get out.
That's extreme.
I mean but that's what made him happy. So I just burnt the fuck up
You said this
sometimes.
is your ex?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what made him happy. So I just burnt up. But I mean, I don't care for the door opening and stuff, but I knew that he did, so I compromised.
Do you feel a certain way where when a guy does not open the door for you?
No. I mean, I'm taking note of it. Like, if we just started talking and you didn't open my door, I'm taking note of it. But am I just like, ex?
So
No.
like you walking behind him, he opens up the door and he walks in first.
Oh wait, no. if he opens the door and just let it slams in my face, then I'm gonna feel some type of way. Like
So what if he gives that
that's
extra
rude.
push?
If anybody does that, I'm feeling some type of way. If it's not even my man, like you just let this door slam in my
So he
face.
gives it the extra push to, give a little bit of leeway for you to walk in. That's not good, right?
That's fine.
That's
That's
fine.
fine. It's just as long as it don't shit in my face and I'm just like, damn, I'm on the outside of the door. Like,
I think that chivalry is across all boards. I don't care.
So a woman can be chivalrous.
I hold doors open for men.
You do?
Yeah, I do. Like if I'm walking in like the store, gas station, whatever, and there's a man coming behind me and I see like he's walking, it didn't even matter if it's a man. It could be a woman. I just hold the door open because I think that's rude. When you
It's
see somebody
common
coming, in
courtesy.
it's just common courtesy. And I appreciate when someone holds the door open for me, and I've even waited for a man to hold open the door for me because I wanted him to open the door. But if I wanted to open that door myself, I'm just gonna open the door.
So like going back to the beginning of the fight where he says like the door is open, right? Like, or what's the first?
Oh, like she's already way ahead, and he's behind, and he's like, "Please don't wait on me. Go ahead and open the door."
Yeah, go ahead and open the door. What happened to your hand?
I mean, I don't know. I'm with him. Like, I open my own
too.
door.
Like,
Like, what am I gonna do when you're not here? Not open the door?
Let me land. If we're going out, right, and we go into some spot, a guy you're gonna always open the door for. I mean, I think it's just automatic. I'm never sure that's chivalry. I guess that's chivalry, fine. But you open the door like a normal person, you let your girl in, right? That's what we're talking about. Are you saying like, if you're going up in front of me, you're gonna wait for me at that door to come open that door for you?
Yeah, that's what she's saying.
Oh.
And
yeah,
she's saying if you feel like it's a chore, then go ahead and move on.
Oh, then
why
you don't
would
go ahead and wait
well,
then.
to me, I feel like if you're ahead, why would you wait? And
Why would you? Yeah.
me as a woman, if I know in the back of my mind that I want a man to open the door for me,
I'm
gonna walk slower.
Yeah, you better want it.
Yeah, I'm
just
just
gonna
walk
speed to the
slower.
door and
I'm
then
gonna
wait
just
you.
walk slow so that he can be
I
ahead.
like that better. I like for you to walk
Yeah.
behind me, walk with me,
Yeah.
and let me get there and open the door for you. I have no
Yeah.
problem opening the door for you. But if you're going to wait for me to walk up to that door and then tell me, oh, babe, can you open the door? You are not serious. You are not serious. I swear.
I agree with that.
Yeah, for the first time today, I actually agree.
Not serious. Better walk inside. Oh, what's there? I would actually walk in and close the door behind me. Yeah. Just for that.
Oh,
'Cause I'm-
you're petty. You are petty.
Your ass was being petty when you sat there by that door and
Yeah,
watched
I
me
agree.
walk up to you.
I guess
So-
it takes a conversation
What?
to know how much you feel about opening the door. Like I said, my ex,
Yeah,
he did
it's
not want me to
nothing.
touch doors, so I knew not to touch the damn door.
Yeah, so she's willing to burn up for that, and I'm
Yeah.
willing to burn up for that. Like if I know, or even if I want a dude to open the door for me, I'll just sit in the car and see what happens.
Yeah.
If it's like 2 minutes has passed and he's like waiting on me,
He at the
You
restaurant,
like
you
that
sit in the
sweat?
car.
I'm
Yeah.
out there
5 minutes
sweating, and I'm like,
waiting for your
okay, this nigga not gonna open the door for me. Then you know, I might give him another opportunity to walk into like the establishment.
You know.
And if it doesn't happen then I'm like, okay. And then if he doesn't pull my seat out or something, like, you know, then I'm like, okay, he's just not a gentleman, you know?
So I feel like
Yeah.
women show that they like someone when they expect those things. I don't know if that makes sense. So like if a woman wants her man to hold the door, pull the seats out to be sure, I feel like it's because she wants to be vulnerable for this person in a way.
I'm not sure
if
some
I'm
girls just like that.
communicating.
Some girls just like that.
Oh yeah, so some
I don't know.
girls are
It-
like
I don't think it's anything about liking.
I don't think so, because
No.
there's some dudes that I had absolutely no interest in, and that was doing all of that stuff for me, and I was still just
No,
like,
when a woman wants it. When
she
like
wants you to do that?
You
Oh.
want that from him.
I think that every woman wants a man to be a gentleman and do gestures like that, but I just think that now it's just not really necessarily an expectation. And you kind of have to decide whether you feel like that's important to you or not.
I feel like a lot of women expect that.
Yeah, I think it's just a norm now.
I mean,
It's
it's
a good honest,
not.
maybe.
But would you? Okay, I guess the same question would be: would you want a woman to be submissive to you?
That word is loaded.
It is so loaded. I understand
Submissive
that, but
is-
I'm just saying, like, but that means like, you know, her opening her own door, her doing things on her own accord. You know,
I feel like
that's established independence. But if you let a man do those things for you, that is a form of submission.
I feel like I personally I like an independent woman. You can do your own things by yourself. You don't need me for nothing. You know, I'm your partner. I'm not your dad.
I like that word. I'm your
So-
partner.
And you bring that
And
up.
it's like,
me,
so
I feel like
If you feel like this is the things that you want from me, I should know that already.
I feel like once my daughter starts dating and I'm around her and her man, there's certain things as a father that I'm going to be looking at.
Of course. Man, you look at everything.
Huh?
Everything.
Yeah.
Every single thing.
So, but if I'm noticing that he's opening the door for her, he's pulling the chair out for her, that he's grabbing her coat, like just things like that, I want that because
it shows he has
it doesn't mean that my daughter needs it because my daughter's an individual. She has a strong personality. She can do things by herself. I can see that, and I can see her growing in that. But at the end of the day, I know that there's a comfort in me as a father knowing that she is with somebody that cares.
do you do that for her?
Yeah.
So she's probably gonna see
I like
that
that
as
you
well.
put it in that perspective.
Yeah,
though.
she's probably
Because
gonna
I feel
see
like
that.
that's all men should have that perspective. Like, would you want this being done to your daughter? You know what I mean?
We all don't have that.
I understand that. But I'm just saying, but I like that perspective because that just shows insight. Like, you're willing to, you know, treat a woman as if, you know,
As
her
if she were your
father is looking
support.
at her or whatever. So to have that perspective, I think that's cool.
You're right, and I think it's one of those perspectives that you can only get once you become a dad.
That's true.
So
But at the end of the day,
So what?
a bitch can open her own door. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
So somebody did make a point that point. He says is sugar still a thing?
Yes.
You mentioned that earlier. It's probably not as popular as.
But it's still
I feel it's still a thing, and I
It's
appreciate
appreciated.
that as a woman. Like, of course, I'm gonna appreciate that, but at the end of the day, it's not like the end of the world. Like,
Yes. I think it's greatly appreciated by women nowadays.
Yeah.
It's just not like how it was back then.
so to
I think it
everybody
just
watching,
really-
be more chivalrous.
It depends on the woman, because there's some women out here that's just like, I don't need to do for anything. Like, I'll
that's
get my
the- you
divorce,
got to
I'll
be
get
better.
this.
They're blocking their blessings.
But I feel
Like
like
Jason.
women who kind of have those mentalities, and I could be wrong. Like, if you halfway have that mentality, it's just because you're really hurt. Like, fuck that. Like, I don't.
Or it's just something that you're not used to. You
That's
like,
true.
if I've never grown up with someone opening my doors, or well, that's too minute. Like, I can't think of anything bigger than that. But like, when someone does something for you that you've never gotten done before, you're gonna be like, you don't know how to respond to it. So automatically you're like, I could have did that myself. Like,
Yeah.
so it just depends on the person, how they were brought up, and all of that stuff. So.
All right. So jumping into the next topic, the last topic. Some people can probably have probably ran across this already. My BFF's boyfriend, my BFF's boyfriend of 6 months is well connected. I needed an urgent favor with his connections and asked her to please talk to him. She refused. She refused and she doesn't want what? Oh, she refused and said she doesn't want him thinking she's with him for his connections. So I got another friend who knows him to help me ask for this favor. My BFF found out and blocked me. What did I do wrong?
Like that BFF.
You forgot to have a conversation with your best friend about what your second option was going to be.
Do you need to have that?
I mean, if you know your best friend, then you'll know if you need to have that conversation or not.
Fair enough.
So not having a conversation was wrong?
Yeah, I feel like if I told you no because of this reason, you could have at least told me, had the conversation, was like, okay, well, I understand where you're coming from, but I really need this done, so I'm just gonna go through a different channel. Okay, cool. Like, if we had that conversation and figured out if that's what's gonna benefit you and without keeping me in the middle, then yeah, go for it. But without that conversation being had with the best friend, I think that's where it became sticky, because it's like, I told you no and you went some
And
other
your best
route
friend,
and you
like,
didn't
blocked
say
you?
anything to
Like-
me. I think it was extreme for her to
That's
block her.
extreme.
Like, I'm kind of on both sides of this, because I feel where the best friend is coming from, but I also feel where
I mean,
best
like-
friend number 2 is coming from.
So here's the thing though, like, so you said no, and you said you refused because you didn't want him thinking you're with him for his connections, right? So I respect that, because in no way am I trying to violate, what
Exactly.
your intentions are. So in respect of that, I choose to go this route.
Which
Why
puts
do you
them,
need to know that?
why do I need to know that?
Yeah, why do I have to disclose that?
I mean,
to
but
you?
honestly, if
'Cause I'm not
we're best friends,
violating
we're
that.
already talking about, everything, right? We already have that transparency within our friendship. So,
Yeah,
what's up, C?
but-
Let me hear. What's up? Like, that's just me personally. Like, I feel like conversation.
Based on what this question is from.
See, I can't go to that because I don't know.
Based on where this question is from, at the time, the friendship was already in a weird spot.
Well, see, that's why they couldn't have the conversation.
However, I agree with what you're saying. I don't disagree. I feel like if you're like, okay, well, if you don't feel comfortable asking for me, I know somebody else that knows
Yeah.
your man. Let me just ask them if they can ask them, so that way there's no tension between you guys.
Exactly.
I completely understand where you're coming from, but in this situation,
Molly was wrong. That's what she could say.
Molly was
Yeah,
wrong.
I don't know that
Okay.
situation. I don't know.
I know you don't watch
the
it,
backstory of all that.
Those who do, Molly was wrong, and I just
I
kind of
don't-
feel like.
You were wrong, Molly.
I don't know where
It's an insecure. I've never seen that, so I can't talk about this.
But at the end of the day, regardless of you watch this show, if you know that there's something that's really important to your best friend, and it's like something that they're really trying to like level up in or elevate themselves from, and you know how important it is, and you know your dude has these connections, it's, to me, like, I understand you don't want to compromise your relationship, but that your friendship existed before this relationship.
Yeah, but if I'm the friend that's asking for that favor, I'm going to feel some type of way if that favor broke up my friend and her boyfriend.
Absolutely, but you're looking at the favor. She's not asking her friend to go out of her way. She's just asking, hey, like, can you see if your guy is willing to help me get performances for whatever? So I think that I understood where Molly was coming from. It's a new relationship. She didn't want to do anything to jeopardize it, but at the end of the day, Issa's been with you, or let's just say a friend, has been with you throughout your life.
Yeah.
I just feel like that it doesn't hurt to ask.
Yeah, but if she already said how she felt about asking, then I have to respect that as her friend.
But she did, so she went out.
No,
of the
we're
way.
not talking about her because I don't know that situation.
Yeah. But I'm just saying,
it was me and my friend. That's what I.
But
would
what
want.
if your friend respects that and says okay, but decides to contact another mutual person that she has with the person that she needs? Would you get upset?
No, that's what I said. She was wrong for blocking her. Like,
But you just want to know what the next move is?
Yeah, like we could have talked about this. Like, that's
Well,
that.
I think what he was asking was, why do I need to tell you?
Because we're already friends. We already talked
If
about it.
But why not tell that
why are you
person?
blocking me?
So, I mean, it could be multiple reasons as to why I didn't tell you. So maybe I didn't come up with that idea at the time when we had the conversation. But I'm not about to go out of my way when I realize what my other option is to say, hey, is this okay? No, I'm gonna take action immediately because given the situation from the show, it's like, I need to take action as quick as possible to
Yeah,
make something
it's
happen.
not a hey, is this okay? It's a hey, I don't want you to hear this from somebody else that this is what happened. So heads up, I went to somebody else and they made it happen. That's it. Like, I'm not saying I need a permission or anything like that. I'm just letting you know so that you don't hear from somebody else. Because I'm supposed to be a best friend, not them.
Personally, I think if you're my friend and I come and ask you for something, regardless of however you need to make it happen, if you can't do it for me, you should know that I'm gonna do it. I'll find another way to do it.
Yeah, and that's
And you should
perfectly
respect
fine.
that.
And that is
Automatically.
perfectly fine.
So if I come and tell you, oh man, I run that shit yesterday.
But you didn't tell
And
me.
you
I
wanna
found out
block
from
me?
somebody else.
So you're gonna block me? Go away. Be blocking me. Because
I
I came
agree.
to you. I came
And I
to you
think
in my
that
time of
that's-
need to ask for your help, and you couldn't do it for whatever reason. That is fine. Now, if I go and continue my life trying to fix my problems, why do I need to come and tell you that I found a way to fix the
Out
problem
of
that
the
you couldn't
respect of
fix?
our friendship, because now we just got a little friction off of just something that could be easily fixed before. it
But
even
why
happened.
was there why was there friction?
Yeah.
That's my thing. Like,
You're my
you know,
friend.
if you didn't want to help me and I found another resource to
The
help
only
me,
issue I can find with that is me finding out from somebody else that happened.
I agree
That's
with
the
both
only issue. Like, I don't know whether.
But I kind of feel like in this situation, she knew how badly her friend needed that help, and instead of taking the approach that she did, she should have understood why she sought other, resources, and she
Yeah.
shouldn't have been
And
upset
she-
about it. Because at the end of the day, it wasn't about disrespecting the friendship. It was about making sure that her event went well.
And everybody wanted to see that
Yeah.
that went well, and the friend was not put in a position to make her boo think that she's just with
Yeah,
her
that's what I'm
person.
saying, like,
So, I mean,
I would have
If
just
it
heard
didn't
from
go well,
her,
If it
hey,
didn't go
I
well, do I
went.
still need to tell you?
What?
If it
Good
didn't go well.
question.
What
Good
is-
question.
what
If
is-
it didn't go
If
well,
it didn't go well, if I needed the help, I couldn't get the help, and then whatever I was trying to get the help for, I missed it. Do I still need to tell you?
Well, I guess it depends on the relationship, the friendship. Like, what type of friends are y'all? Do y'all tell each other everything? Like, do
they're
y'all?
best friends.
Best friends, BFF.
Then yeah, like, do you keep stuff from your best friend? Like stuff as minute as that?
Yeah, not BFF.
It's like, it depends on the relationship. Like, if I feel like you're my
everybody
ex,
doesn't tell the full truth.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it depends on the friendship. Like, if I know that we're dogs and we've been down, like, and we don't keep stuff from us, like, why did you have a hard time with just telling me, hey, I went somewhere else, or hey, I tried to do it this way and that fell through. So like,
It could have been just timing. That's all.
I don't know.
But to block, the whole blocking thing is way overboard.
Yeah, that's just like she went too
BFF,
far
I
with
blocked you,
that.
blocked me because of that. Then
Yeah.
you're not, you can't
Yeah,
talk
I
to
don't
somebody
think that
BFF.
that rented a block. Like, if you block your best friend over something that small, then
But you said
need
that
to
they had
question-
friction already, so
they did
that was
have
probably
friction already. But I just think
Friction
that
and blocking. So like, this is the
I agree with him. I actually really agree with him.
That could have been the icing on the cake that just had her just like, you know what?
Yeah,
I don't even
okay,
need
I
the
get
rest of
that.
this. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what the backstory was.
Fuck all that.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
Interesting.
So Lynn, she says she would probably just tell you, just as a conversation with a friend, update you on how her event planning was going.
Exactly.
Not because she needed to.
but because it's her friend.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
I
saying.
get that.
It's
Before or
not
after
like
the
I'm
block?
checking in or anything.
Is
It's just
this
that I'm
before or
still
after the
maintaining
block?
the integrity of our friendship.
No.
That's
This is
before the block.
Before the block. Okay.
Yeah.
What if she blocks you already? What if she found out from somewhere
Well,
else
since
and
it's
blocked
based
you?
off of Insecure, Molly was already a hater before it happened. So let's
Molly was a hater.
Molly was already a hater. She didn't want Issa doing better than her, so she was already
So
a
she would
hater.
hate.
Oh, so that's what it
Oh,
was.
is that what?
I really think that, like, you know, I just felt like, you know, she just was always the established best friend, and Issa was the one who didn't have her life together. So when Issa was doing something big and major, I think that it made her feel some type of way. So she was really being a hater.
And that ain't your best friend.
See,
Yeah.
well, see, different. There's more semantics to that. So
Wait,
I didn't know about all
wait,
that.
today is Sunday. It's the season finale. It's the season
That's
finale
not sponsored, by the way.
today.
We ain't getting no money from
We
that.
don't, this is not sponsored by Insecure, by the way.
All right, so it seems like a lot of people agree with y'all. But you know, some people did say, just out of good faith and respect, they would say something, you know, not because they want approval,
Yeah.
but just to let the best friend
The whole
know.
blocking thing?
I mean, the thing is that would you do this if it wasn't my
petty,
man?
It's
Like,
so petty.
if my man
You block
wasn't in the
me?
middle of this, like, would you still come to me and communicate, oh, my event's going this way, my event's going that way? So,
But
in
you
this
know how
situation, why
BFFs are,
didn't
though.
you?
Or I guess my question too is like, if she wasn't able to, you know, solidify a performance, and you know that you could have potentially like been the person to make her block party, you know, happen, like, how would you feel as a friend that you let your friend down when all you had to do was just ask a question, you know?
Because I kind of person I am, I would want to in some way be a part of my friend's happiness, or like have some
Absolutely.
kind of part
But-
in it.
yeah, but
You know?
do you really want to be with someone who thinks that you could possibly be using them for something?
No, nobody wants that.
Exactly. So that's what she was trying to avoid. She was trying to avoid her man thinking that she's trying to gain something from him.
Yeah, and I get that, but if I know that this is like a make or break
Yeah.
type of thing,
Opportunity,
right?
yeah.
And like, and if everything comes through, like it would really provide for the
So this
success.
is
of
the
my friend,
TV
like,
show, right?
Yeah. this
Yeah,
is
it's
so-
So if we take that out, you know, like she said, you just met this guy and you don't want to come across as you're trying to use this guy to get that opportunity for your friend. I mean, I personally think that, again, just that premise is wrong, because that means the guy is already going to feel some type of way about you asking for a favor for your friend. Why should he feel some type of way? It's just you asking for a favor. He can say no.
Yeah.
That doesn't
This
mean
is
he's
true.
going to feel.
I mean,
But that wasn't the issue. The issue was that the friend went and found an alternate route to get what she needed through that same person, and then
So
the
another
friend
person
got
is the same
upset.
guy.
Yeah, I don't see why she would be mad, because it's a win-win for both of us. I get to keep my man and you get to get your
I literally cut
okay.
you out of the bullshit that you were worried about
Yeah.
and got what I wanted.
Yeah.
Why are you mad at me? Because you couldn't help. You
No,
couldn't
because
do what
because
you
you
wanted me
didn't
to
say
do.
something.
That is a personal issue for the friend that is blocking me.
Yeah.
So I will let them continue blocking me. Let's just continue blocking each other, because I'm not. What kind of relationship is that? How you my BFF?
Yeah.
My BFF that knows all my secrets and everything.
Yeah.
And you're mad at me because of that? Something that's gonna be like a positive impact in my life? You're mad? I don't care.
Yeah, I definitely feel like everybody's like, this might seem like a little bit off, but everybody's an elevator pitch away from where they need to be.
Yes.
So you should be able to seize any opportunity, of course, you know, by doing the right things, not, you know, being mischievous or anything like
I
that.
feel like your friend should always have your back, regardless when you're on the right. When you're in the right, you know, something that's going to be positive in your life, a positive influence. Your friend should always fight for that. Should always work towards that. If they can, and they have reasons why, they cannot get mad at you when you go ahead and do the positive thing. What kind of friend are you? That's how I feel.
Not a good friend.
Bad one. Like you just failed in your friends.
Bad. All right, y'all. So, I guess that's it.
Do we
Thank
have
you
any
for tuning
questions?
in. There was a lot of action. The chat was jumping today. It really was.
I'm gonna go see
For
that.
everybody who's watching, don't forget to like.
Kingsley said, wait, hold on, I got something here. Kingsley said, the issue I think is not being sensitive to Molly's new relationship and concerns and to start asking for
But she was being sensitive
So I guess
to the
that's what
relationship,
it
and she respected it.
Yeah, I guess
Like she respected the whole choice about, not wanting to.
I don't know the show, so I don't know the background.
I actually saw this episode.
No, they tried it.
Out of all the episodes I watched, I actually saw it. And yeah, so Molly was messed up. But yo, y'all give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe right here, the subscribe box.
Please like, subscribe,
And comments.
dingy dong.
Give us some feedback. Let us know what ideas and topics that you have in mind. If you want to be a part of the platform, click on the link on the in the description box on the YouTube channel, or you can go to www.cTalkTV.com/cast. That's CAST. Just fill out the form on there. We'll reach out to you and try to make the dates work and have you on this platform. And again, like I keep saying, if you have topic ideas, send them in. The team works hard to find fresh topics that can make us think and at least grow some emotion, attach our emotions to the different contexts in these topics. So if you have great ideas, we would love to hear it. We'd love to see it. And thank you once again. Thank y'all for coming out and being a part of this. Definitely look forward to y'all coming back again. Share with your family, friends. Thank you again. Good job, guys.
Thanks. Or something else. Where'd y'all find this guy?